Welcome to Disney A, the Canadian-themed Disney travel podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Krysta.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is Duke, who you may or may not hear purring into the microphone.
He's our black little kitty for the Halloween.
He's being festive. He knew we were talking about Halloween, and he's like, I will help.
Or he just wanted attention.
Mostly that one. So, speaking of Halloween, welcome to our first spooky episode season thing.
Spooktober.
Woo. That was my ghost sound.
Oh, so good.
Was I scary?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
I knew it. Well, last year we had a Halloween episode. It is episode 4. That was 50 episodes ago.
That was early on.
Yeah, it was. It was like our, second or third episode. But we're going to do more than one Halloween episode.
I believe it was actually episode 4.
Well, but we released a few at one time.
Yeah, still episode 4 though.
So, to kick off the spooky season this year, though, we're talking about scary Disney moments. So, not like full Disney movies. If you want to listen to that, go back and listen to that episode 4. Okay? Because we were talking about the best Halloween-ish movies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we have a countdown. But we're just talking about those moments that, like, actually legitimately were scary. Either maybe as a kid or maybe as an adult. Whatever. Shut up. I mean me.
Yeah.
But the best of all, these are the things that you told us we were scary. So on a bunch of my Facebook groups that we belong to that are Disney related, on Instagram.
All the socials.
We asked what were the scary Disney moments. And these are the things you told us. So we're also going to weigh in on whether or not we agree and what we think are scary moments. Before we get to any of that, though, Brandon, what is your nerd thing this week that you're currently vibing with, as the kids would say?
Well, we're wearing matching Halloween onesies.
We really are.
So that's pretty nerdy.
That's super nerdy. They glow in the dark too.
They do. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Decided to get in the spirit of things since we stayed up late watching horror films last night.
Yes.
Instead of recording.
What were we watching?
We started the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix, which is pretty cool, based on the long-running book series by R.L. Stine. The older version, not the Goosebumps that I read, but there was an older version apparently. And
I had seen them. I never read them. My brother had the Goosebumps books, so I read all those as well.
Yeah, there was a whole pile of these books, but they made them into 3 movies, kind of like inspired by, I guess.
Right, they're fun.
It is. It's pretty...
they're adults. Don't watch them as a kid.
No.
FYI.
Yeah, there's some good violence in there for sure,
and
but,
other adult content and language and such. But yeah, if you're a grown up and you are thinking that's it's like a slashery kind of gore kind of thing.
It's cheesy and funny and
yeah, exactly. But so that's pretty nerdy.
But yeah, matching onesies and horror films.
Staying up late, yeah. So speaking of that, let's just segue right. I'll say my nerd thing in a minute. But what are we drinking since we stayed up late last night?
Well, yeah, so we stayed up last night, so we're back to the old black coffee. Coffee.
My nerd thing is yesterday before the scary movies, I did a little shopping trip.
You did?
Yeah. I didn't buy a Loungefly.
No.
Are you proud of me?
No.
Because I made up for it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did. So I got a few nerdy things. I did get 2 new Pop figures. One was an EB Games exclusive, and that was a Grogu with a butterfly bobblehead. And then there was a Hot Topic exclusive, and that was the mayor from Halloween Town Mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. Not the movie Halloween Town. Halloween Town in the Night Before Christmas.
Right. Very confusing. Oh.
I know. Oh my goodness. And he's all sparkly and he's awesome. And then the very exciting though is I got a new purse, and it is Nightmare Before Christmas, and it kind of looks like a Ouija board, so it's very stylized that way, and it's super cool. I'm excited. Yeah. So, but I didn't buy a Loungefly.
No. But a purse.
Yeah, but it's not a Loungefly name brand.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a BioWorld. But yeah. So anyway, it's cool. And also onesies. So I'm very Halloween spirity right now. I got a couple other things, but yeah.
Several other things. Yes, we're in the season now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna decorate for Halloween soon, I think. So when I do that, I will take pictures and post them on Instagram.
Yeah,
all that fun stuff.
You might as well. Some people get crabby about decorating for Halloween early, just like they get crabby for decorating for Christmas early.
People don't like happiness.
But I think as soon as you hit October, you can go.
I think
so. Go for it. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
It's only one day, so you gotta decorate early so you can enjoy all those fancy decorations that they have these days.
That's right. And Halloween becomes a bigger and bigger deal every year. I know we saw some pictures and stuff of people who go all out. Well, yeah, if you're going to go all out for Halloween, you kind of have to start like early September to get it out for that one day.
Both getting it out is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But you want to enjoy it too if you've done a lot of work.
I'm a decorate for Christmas early person as well, and that's what I say. I enjoy decorating, and I like it all being out. So yeah, I think in one of these few days here, while it's still nice out, it hasn't snowed here yet, which is pretty awesome because typically it snows. We're recording this October 3rd, and usually we have had snow at least once.
Yeah, usually a big blizzard at some point.
Yeah, and it like melts and stuff, but usually, that's kind of the deciding factor. So I want to get the Halloween stuff out before it snows.
That would be nice.
And I just realized it's October 3rd. So even though this comes out later, happy birthday to my brother.
Getting old. Every year. Older and older.
So, drinking, nerd thing. The other thing we talk about is the latest Marvel episode. And so we're a second last episode of What If. One to go.
The penultimate episode.
Yes. What did you think? Spoiler free? How do you do the spoiler free?
He's good.
That's pretty much all I can say, right? It's good, you watch. There we go.
Yeah.
A coworker of mine hadn't seen it, and so I have you seen it? He's like, no, and I said, oh.
Yeah, it's just,
and then I walked away.
It's just getting full on bonkers. So probably if you haven't been keeping up with What If, you might want to binge them all.
Yeah, they're short. You can do it.
It's a half an hour.
Exactly.
And there's only 9 of them. So
yeah.
There's 8 now, but there will be 9.
9, yeah. Wednesday. Oh, man. We will be talking What If down the road, so make sure you get all caught up. And then there will be no holds barred, spoilers welcome. So this is your warning. Mm-hmm. Catch up by then.
That was very threatening.
I know. It's Halloween. I mean, the spirit.
Okay.
But I think that brings us to the news. Disney A news update.
Okay, so before we get into your nice little list here that you have, we did miss another thing that we haven't talked about, the new restaurant.
That's right. Yeah, that's been out for
a couple of weeks now. In
Space
Disney
220.
Disney Worlds in Epcot. Mm-hmm. It's space themed, called Space 220.
Right.
And the theme is that you take a space elevator to space, 220 miles up in space.
Nice name.
Yeah. Anyway, it opened, and they have the cool screen technology that they're going to be using in the Star Wars hotel as well.
Right.
And it looks pretty cool, and the food looks
the food looks really good, actually.
Super fancy. I guess the contracting catering company runs it, not Disney themselves, even though it is in the park.
Right.
And apparently they do a really good job.
Yeah, they have a few other things with the park. So.
Well, they have 800 restaurants in Disney World, so they can't do it all themselves, I guess. But
yeah, it looks good and has space punny names, and some of them, some of the drinks and the desserts I found especially looked very. They were trying to do good food, but do it in a space-tastic way.
Yeah. The presentation was definitely a 10 out of 10 just from the videos we've seen. So if you're interested in that, there's lots of YouTube videos about it.
Tons.
All the big YouTubers went there because it's also the 50th, which is your next news item.
Yes, nice. That's a nice segue.
Segui.
Nice segui. So yes, that's it. Disney World has officially started its 50th anniversary celebrations, and that's most of the Disney news right now.
Yeah.
There's a couple other items, but fireworks shows were live on YouTube. I'm going to go back and watch the new Disney Enchantment that replaced the much beloved Happily Ever After. I actually have heard some disappointment about this.
Yeah, well, the last fireworks show was super awesome and everybody liked it and it gave them all the feels, and then this new one isn't as good. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not a fireworks person as much, so I don't know.
Yeah, I love the fireworks, but I'm not a Disney World person. It doesn't hold that emotional place for me. I do get teary-eyed at everything, so I'm not sure. I am going to watch them though, and we'll see.
Apparently they took down the live stream and re-uploaded it.
Right.
Because there was some errors, they called
they edited
the CEO, the COO or something.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they fixed it. It's all back up. It's just they fix the editing and syncing of the sound or something. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so you can jump on and watch that, like I will be doing. And actually, there were record crowds at Magic Kingdom for the people who stayed for the parks, stayed in the parks for the fireworks. In fact, they hit capacity, and we saw pictures.
Oof.
Wow, that's crazy. So apparently, they like temporarily suspended park hopping for the next while, and I don't know if that's back or not by the time this comes out, because temporary, but that's crazy. It is still a pandemic, people.
It is, yeah.
So I get, you don't want to miss out on this and anything, but like,
yeah, I don't know.
Everyone's gonna miss out. Oh, like sorry, I'm sounding lectury teachery there, but like, it was crazy. Seeing those pictures was insane.
Yeah, and we've seen pictures from Disneyland getting more and more crowded as well, looking more and more normal down Main Street, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's slowly. I'm okay with like slowly little bits and pieces and stuff. Don't do like Alberta did and open the doors and then let's see what happens. We can answer that for you.
Yeah. We messed around and now we're in the find out stage.
Yeah, exactly. While we're in a negative downturn here, I do have some sad news. Another Disney legend has passed away. This one, do you know who Tommy Kirk is?
I'm afraid I do not.
Okay, so he was officially made a legend in like 2006 or something.
Oh, okay, yes,
yeah,
I do. I did see this, yeah.
He was most famous from Old Yeller, Swiss Family Robinson, but he did like, he was part of that era, like Haley Mills. They were just in everything. I saw that. I was like, oh, I watched so much stuff with him in it, and yeah, so it's kind of sad.
I don't like Old Yeller either.
Well, yeah, it's not because that's not a good movie. It's because, Did you watch that Swiss Family Robinson though?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's a good one. Maybe that's the one I should get you to watch and you do blind date with. Yeah, no, except it'll be blind. You won't know.
Oh.
I won't pick Old Yeller.
Okay. I have seen Old Yeller a few times. So.
Oh, okay. More positive notes. There was a settlement has now been reached between Scarlett Johansson and Disney, and as part of the statement about the settlement, of course, the details and terms haven't been released. They won't be.
She got a dump truck full of money.
Yeah, that's good job.
Yeah.
We released them for you.
Yeah.
But as part of the statement about the settlement, Disney said that they are looking forward to working with Scarlett Johansson on many projects in the future, including the Tower of Terror movie.
Right, which had rumored to have been canceled with all those legal troubles and such and so forth.
So basically they did what we thought they were going to do to begin with, but after drama and media.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of drama and stuff, this is an aside that's not on your list, but I was reading rumors that with the whole drama around The Mandalorian and Cara Dune's being kicked to the side because of the actresses Gina Carano's political leanings.
Yeah, and loud posted everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not what this is about, but a lot of fans were wanting Lucy Lawless to be cast in that role, like recast or like have her own character and stuff. And she came out and said that because of all this, she was actually in talks for a Star Wars project.
A different Star Wars project.
That got canceled because they didn't want to seem like it was like a political stunt casting.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. I love Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's so cool.
Did you watch the old Xena show?
I watched a couple episodes. I didn't watch it like all the time.
I watched it quite a bit.
But I'd watch that and then the Hercules one. They were always kind of like one after the other. And just when I was around, I'd watch it. And I liked Xena a lot.
They were the original shared universe. They were in...
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So that was cool.
It was cool.
But I do like her.
So fingers crossed that they can figure that out anyway.
Yeah, she said that they didn't want it to seem like a political hire or a pandering thing. So hopefully they figure something out. I'm hoping it means that they just shuffled her over to be a role on this instead. But I don't know. I hope she shows up somehow because she'd be amazing. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't blame fans for wanting her to do this role or a role similar to this if they're just going to write out Cara Dune entirely. But fulfill that kind of role. But it's kind of sad. I wanted to see what they had in mind for her because she's awesome.
Well, maybe not Star Wars. Maybe get her in the MCU then. I don't know.
Do something with her. She's awesome and apparently willing. So, also, a new full Encanto trailer is out, which we watched a couple days ago.
We did.
What do you think of that? How do you think this looks?
It looks cool. It's very vibrant.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it's gonna hinge on the music in it, because that's like basically a character in it, and of course being done by Lin-Manuel.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably going to be good, but we'll see. I don't know.
I think it looks really cool.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. And I like I said, it's being done by Lin-Manuel, and he's just awesome, so...
And there's lots of cute animals in it. So.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. So if you haven't seen that, definitely jump out and check that out, because that looks cool too. You were talking Star Wars. They announced the Book of Boba Fett release date. Speaking of release dates and such.
They sure did.
December 29th.
Yeah, they announced this on September 29th, so exactly 3 months before it comes out. And
get ready, people.
So yeah, they're squeaking her in 2021.
Yep.
A couple days. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. I think it'll be fun. It just as Hawkeye is well underway at this point, we'll get Boba Fett in there.
Yeah, I think Hawkeye will be done by then.
Oh, do you think it's only a month long?
I think it finishes right before Christmas.
Oh,
I think.
That's a short one because it starts at the end of November.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 episodes.
Okay.
I think, but I could be wrong.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's going to be super fun. And speaking of Christmas and things like that, it is apparently the 20th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion holiday, which I didn't know. So while Disney World is, of course, celebrating its 50th like crazy, this is an anniversary Disneyland is celebrating. And yeah, more merch is out.
Yeah, merch all the time.
Exactly.
But 20 years, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's fun and nuts.
That was a risky one. It's popular now, but
yep.
to change a beloved
and change it for so long.
Yeah.
Now it's out from September to January, beginning of January.
I'd be curious to see how long they planned the first one to be.
Not that long.
And if popularity just has driven it to be basically half and half. Well, not quite, but almost
pretty
half and
close.
half.
Yeah, that's cool. So. Anything else to add for news?
No, I think I put in 2 bits already.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's holiday time. Okay, so main topic. It's Halloween. Ooh, that's my ghost sound again.
Spooky. Oh.
Good evil laugh.
Yeah.
I saw a thing and it was like the best Disney villain evil laughs. There's some great ones because they just had the clips from all of them. I should find it and have you try and guess the villain. That's a cool game.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'll try and find it again. Okay, so before we get going here, I did want to mention Disney released its Disney Plus Hallow stream list. I'm not going to go through all of these for you, but I am going to just kind of talk about the list and then the new releases, or as they say, the boo releases.
Boo.
Okay, fair. So they have it divided into sections. There's, like I said, the boo releases, the creepy classics. That's where you're going to find your movies like Nightmare Before Christmas or The Haunted Mansion. Apparently that's a classic on here. Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are less well known than others. And, I haven't seen some of them. I've never seen Mr. Boogedy. And that's one that when we did our Halloween episode last year, people were like, you didn't mention this. So we should probably watch Mr. Boogedy.
Never heard of it, but okay.
But so there's a list of movies there for you. There's Shocking Shorts. This one has Toy Story of Terror, Lonesome Ghosts, and Trick or Treat. So Trick or Treat is a great one. There are some shorts that are Halloween themed missing from this list. Most notably the Skeleton Dance, as we talked about when we were looking at our history. That was actually the first Silly Symphony. It was mentioned that someone said, oh, this one always scared them. But yeah.
It's kind of creepy, the animation style and stuff.
Yeah. But so apparently these are not available. That one is not available on Disney Plus. You'll have to jump on YouTube to see that one. So there's a Further Frights that is recommending you watch, like Gargoyles or Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. And then there's Haunting episodes where they actually talk about specific Halloween episodes from different shows. For example, the ones I wanted to mention are Marvel Studios' WandaVision, Whole New Halloween Spooktacular.
Yeah, obviously.
Of course. Marvel Studios' What If Zombies, The Muppet Show Vincent Price, and Behind the Attraction, they did The Haunted Mansion. So they also did the Tower of Terror. I think you could throw in that one as well.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and then they have other ones as well. So those ones I just wanted to mention before we got into scary moments.
Okay.
All right. These are the ones that got mentioned the most. And I'm going to go through this list and I want you to tell me if you agree or not. So one was Frollo in Hunchback. A few scenes were mentioned, but the Hellfire scene was mentioned more than once. They're just like, he's a scary dude, basically.
Yeah, and like realistically scary, I guess. It's not some sort of paranormal thing where he's casting spells and stuff. He's just a creepy dude.
Yeah, with a lot of power.
Creepy dude stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with that one for sure.
Definitely.
Hunchback is definitely not my favorite Disney movie, but he is a good villain.
And the way that he's an evil villain.
Super evil.
Yeah,
creepy.
he's not there are fun villains, and we're going to talk about villains in a whole episode, so we don't need to belabor that too much, but there are fun Disney villains. He is not a fun Disney villain.
No.
And yes, Hellfire was mentioned more than once, so I did want to mention especially that scene there. He always terrified me, but now watching it, the part where he's Hellfire, the song is really scary when he becomes unhinged. But then again, towards the end, where he's just like going crazy and his hair's all down and his eyes look like wild and stuff, that always scared me more. It's just the loss of sanity that he has at that point. The one that was mentioned most often, the boys turning into donkeys in Pinocchio. I thought that was interesting because someone else did mention Monstro coming up out of the water, and I was like, yeah, okay, that one. But the boys turning into donkeys, and as soon as the first person said, I was like, oh my goodness, yes,
yeah,
so scary. That scares me now.
It is a really creepy scene. I don't think Monstro is honestly that scary. Like you go into Monstro on the Storybook Canal, so whatever. I don't know. But yeah, turning into donkeys is not...
That was scary.
Yeah.
And then I have this one as a quote. When I was a kid, I would hide when the evil queen would turn into the old hag. My kids now are the exact same.
So the animation of that change was pretty incredible, especially way back then. So it's
awesome now, but yeah. So I saw them, I was like, absolutely. And I do want to mention a couple attractions that are scary too. And I think when they redid Snow White's Scary Adventure into Snow White's Enchanted Wish, I think it's called now. I don't know. But that used to be a fairly scary attraction, but they kept the transformation scene in that, which is great. That's my favorite part of that ride. Yeah, definitely a scary moment. Maleficent turning into a dragon. You're going to find a lot of like transformation things in this list, I was noticing. The Skeleton Ants, that's that short that I mentioned before. The Headless Horseman, and then someone said, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and someone said, when the Headless Horseman rears back and has that crazy laugh.
That section of that two-parter was really quite scary.
I like how you say was, like it's past tense and not currently, because I find it scary now.
I like the Headless Horseman in the Halloween parade.
Oh, isn't he cool?
That's really, really cool. And yeah, Headless Horseman is creepy.
He's a great Grand Marshal.
No one's gonna get out of line. or if they do, you know what happens.
Ursula, when she's laughing and the screen goes black. Do you remember that? Like she's laughing and her tentacles all like entwine and it turns the screen black. It's people like a good villain laugh.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. I like that I asked and people like these specific.
Yeah, no, that's good. All the souls that she has trapped in her little thing during that song are pretty creepy as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dr. Facilier is creeptastic was a quotation I had here. See, for me, okay, he has some creepy moments and I get like the voodoo moments and everything, especially when his friends from the other side come and get him, but I think he's fun.
Yeah, I think he's fun.
I don't think he's as fun as, say, Hades.
No.
But he's definitely, in my world, on the fun side of villain. Yes, when his friends from the other side come back to get him. Someone said Ratigan in Great Mouse Detective when he goes all wild.
Yeah, he almost like turns rabbit or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I got.
Goes full sewer rat and
you
never go full sewer rat.
Pro tip. It's interesting because a lot of the villains are scarier when they're so like quiet and just like creepy, but Ratigan and I found Frollo as well when they go wild and crazy, like you said, almost rabid in nature. So interesting the opposite sides there. Fantasia, especially Night on Bald Mountain. Well, yep. It's supposed to be creepy. And that is some beautiful animation, actually. Yeah. Did you find that scary?
Not particularly scary. Similar to that, like the Old Mill Silly Symphony is kind of the same tone.
Yeah, it's like an eerie type of tone, just because it's the storm and everything. It ends on, and they both end on a more positive note. Yeah, I love the Old Mill. That's a pretty one. It's the reason that one won all the awards. Someone said there's a Pluto short when he goes to Kitty Hell. That was scary. So I looked this up. This is actually called Pluto's Judgment Day, and I had watched it before. Jeez. It is not available on Disney Plus. Oh,
I wonder why.
yeah, but it is on YouTube. You never saw this one?
No.
So he is supposed to rescue the kitty, and he falls asleep next to a burning fire instead. And he goes to kitty hell, and they're like, "You like let the kitty die or the kitten die or something because there was a drowning cat." Anyway, it's winter outside, and he wakes up and he's terrified. And he goes and he saves the kitty, and he gets sick saving the kitty.
Oh, a happy little cartoon.
Not really, no.
Okay.
But yeah, he goes to kitty hell.
Yeah, that sounds kind of disturbing to me.
It's called Pluto's Judgment Day, and I'm going to make you watch it now, knowing you've never seen it. Someone said, Jafar is so creepy, especially when he turns into a snake. And then the one who said this elaborated later. But again with the transformation thing, hey? Said that when she was little, like 6 or so, she walked out of the theater during Aladdin the first time. And her mom said that it was because she said that Jafar was on the screen too much. It was scary.
Yeah, no, Jafar's creepy and also has the paranormal stuff going on with the snake. Yeah, so he's got both.
I found like Jafar creepier when it's when he is the Sultan and he's got Jasmine in the red outfit and he's he's too familiar and it's just like I feel like I need to shower watching that thing. He's just really gross. I found that scarier than that. But you're right, because he plays both sides of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and then my favorite response, have you seen the price of annual passes? That's pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Or the prices of food at the restaurants are pretty much the prices of anything in the parks.
The difference in your bank account before you go and then you come back is the scariest thing at Disney.
I'll add to that when Krysta goes and shops for Loungefly bags. That is also a very scary Disney moment. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to also add a couple Disney attractions to this list. Now, you mentioned Monstro going into the whale. I've heard kids screaming watching this happen, and I think it's really sweet, actually. I love that entrance to Storybook Land canal boats. But, you know, I could understand maybe if you were really little and scared of everything, that would be scary. The first time I went to Disneyland, I was 6, and I was scared of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, pirates could be scary, yeah.
I remember being super scared, and I also was always convinced that my parents were going to trick me into going on Splash Mountain because they wanted me to be brave or something. But they never did, and now Splash Mountain's like one of my favorites. But those thrill rides components definitely have. Of course, you have Tower of Terror, and now Guardians of the Galaxy, so I guess a little less Halloween-ish. But the Tower of Terror elements, you still have ghosts and stuff like that. Then the big one is, of course, Haunted Mansion. Mm-hmm. Do you know, other than Haunted Mansion, that there are other locations that have graves in Disneyland?
Like what?
Pirates. Mm-hmm. Tom Sawyer's Island did. Now it's Pirates Lair on Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Pinocchio is scary too. And Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Oh, yes. The ending of that ride is very strange and hilariously so.
Yeah, so I guess there's a little Halloween moment for you. Mm-hmm. Jump on Mr. Toad's.
Yeah.
If you're in Disneyland, Disney World, I don't know why you got rid of Mr. Toad's. That was a mistake. Mr. Toad's awesome. And I was just going to say Haunted Mansion is so scary. The story my family always tells is the first time my dad went to Disneyland, when he was a teenager, I guess. He has 2 brothers, and one is significantly younger, and apparently the 2 older boys scared the younger one on Haunted Mansion so bad that he slept with the lights on for like 2 weeks, and they got in a lot of trouble with mom and dad, apparently. So I don't know what they did or said, but Haunted Mansion has been scaring people for generations, is my point.
Yeah, I mean, Haunted Mansion can be really scary. If it's fun and it ends on a happy note, mostly, but there's some scary bits in there.
I do recommend, on that list of that Hallow Stream was behind the attraction for Haunted Mansion. That was cool because it really went into how they tried to blend the fun and the spooky, like make it family friendly but still kind of scary, and like really walk that line. And I think they did it.
They definitely did. Yeah, it was because they basically had 2 competing design directors. That one wanted scary and one wanted funny,
and what was like do both of them, and
somehow I don't know,
and they did. So, and one of my favorite memories of Disneyland going with my family was on Haunted Mansion as well. So we've been lucky enough to be last ones on Haunted Mansion a few times, and one of the times was I don't remember how old they were, but my younger sister and brother were like just old enough to really appreciate all of those things. We went on. We were one of the ones where they were about to close and they saw us coming and they left it open, so it was just us. And we went into the elevator. And then as we were walking, the actually the episode we did with Trevor and Taylor, our guests, they talked about this as well. They asked the cast members asked if my younger siblings, if they got scared easily. And they said no, so they like would hide behind people and jump out and scare them, and they really like played with the Haunted Mansion theme, and the ride was way longer because of all of these little additions they did, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So Haunted Mansion, if you're in Disney for Halloween, that's the one to do. Did you agree with most of the list that you guys said were your scary moments?
Well, so as far as attractions go, there is one that might not jump forefront of your mind as being scary, but I have heard stories of people getting stuck on It's a Small World and having that song play over and over and over, and they come away scarred years later. So that could be
would be scary.
Quite terrifying. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say lineups as well as with the price tag.
Lineups can...
But Small World is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, you know what? Actually, if you're scared of dolls, that would be extra terrifying.
Yeah.
Dolls are a common fear.
Well, the behind the attraction episode showed some of the dolls without their clothes on. The bear animatronics, and they're creepy as heck.
Yeah, like when they were being made and things like that. That just the bear dolls.
The original handmade ones for the World's Fair. Yeah,
they're all done up. Pretty scary.
Pretty scary.
Actually, you know what? The other thing while we're talking about Disney history, the original Disneyland mascots, the Mickey and Minnie, those things are terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they was going through their heads back then, but that was not something that I would want to go hug.
No kidding. If you see me running, that's why I'm running away from that. What got missed from this list, though?
Well, when you brought up this topic, the first thing that came to my mind, actually, was Winnie the Pooh.
Because nothing says fear like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but the Heffalumps and Woozles song, just a bad trip going on, and I always thought that was super scary.
I agree, yeah. Pink Elephants always bugged me too, though, in that same vein, but definitely Heffalumps and Woozles.
Yeah, well, it's a dark and stormy night, and Pooh's all alone, and he's scared, and they're gonna come eat his honey, and...
No, not his honey.
It's very scary.
It's so scary. In fact, it really bugged you when he became friends with one.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that idea at all.
You had such strong opinions on them.
I get it that it was just misunderstood. They're not actually evil, but I always thought they were evil because that was a scary moment in that movie. Yeah.
Did anything else get missed from this list, or is that pretty... I don't want to talk too much about the villains because we are going to talk villains.
Right.
Unless there's a specific moment. The boys turning into donkeys was always terrifying to me. And then other people mentioned some other, like, not Disney, but, like, Disney-owned now. Like, did you ever watch the animated Anastasia?
I did, yeah, a long time ago.
I loved that. And that's a fantastic film if you haven't seen it. And people talked about, like, Rasputin and everything in that one being scary.
Right, yeah. And then you got stuff like Bambi's mom getting shot.
Yeah.
That's a pretty scary scene in a kid's movie.
It's true, it really is. And actually the fire, and then when they're trying to escape, that always scared me too.
Well, and the fire in Dumbo is pretty scary.
Oh,
yeah.
Dumbo's like, that one makes me sad. Yeah. I found a lot of Dumbo creepy, actually. I don't know what it is about, maybe it's the clowns.
Yeah.
I didn't have a fear of clowns as a kid, but I do now. When Mrs. Jumbo is just trying to protect Dumbo and goes wild elephant and mad elephant and they lock her up, that whole scene is just very scary. Not necessarily her, but I just felt so bad for the way they were acting, like the humans, which is of course the point.
Yeah. Circus elephants, it's just unfortunate.
But yeah, so there's a lot of creepy stuff. No one said Nightmare Before Christmas scared them.
No, it's not really scary.
No, it's not.
Cool. It's just
cool stuff. And nobody said Halloween Town. Do you know, it's time I could start watching Halloween Town.
Oh, good. Yeah, sometimes that's not scary except for how bad the acting is.
You mean awesome.
Yeah, speaking of Tim Burton, there was another kids movie, not Disney, but you've never seen it, but it's widely known as a very scary moment in a kids movie from Pee Wee Herman's movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
There's a scene in it where he's like hitchhiking and the driver of the semi-truck's this like haggard old lady, and then she goes in full, it's almost like Beetlejuice style claymation face.
Really?
Big Bertha, and it was absolutely terrifying. But it's in the middle of this kids movie, and yeah.
They used to put scarier stuff in kids movies all the time,
but
and I'm not against that.
Very Tim Burton-y.
Yeah. The other thing that didn't make the list that always I thought was terrifying, Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
When they come out of the Black Cauldron, like the ghost, the
skeleton army.
Yeah. That was scary, but I guess very few people have seen that. So, anything else to add to these?
I don't know. I'm just happy it's October.
I like it. I'm a Christmas fan, but Halloween is like right up there.
I like Halloween. Yeah.
Basically, I'm happy all the holidays. I'm a holiday person, and it's almost Thanksgiving for us, so that's good. That's just the kickoff.
Yep.
All right.
Counting down to old Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, Brandon, I was wondering, instead of doing trivia, I want to find out which Disney character you should be for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do a BuzzFeed quiz.
Perfect.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Pick a color. Blue, pink, yellow, or purple.
Blue.
Pick a Disney movie era. The Golden Age, the Disney Renaissance, the Silver Age, or the Revival era.
The Renaissance, I guess.
That's probably the right answer. Pick a princess. Jasmine, Ariel, Belle, Mulan, Cinderella, or Rapunzel.
Belle.
Pick a dessert. Cupcake, cookie, donut, or cake.
Let's go donut. Pie isn't on the list. I want pie.
Right. Pick a personality trait. Strong, courageous, daring, or reliable.
Courageous.
Okay, so for Halloween, you should be Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Sweet! Yes! I get a cool big ball gown.
You do. It is the yellow ball gown that they're showing as a picture.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I could rock that.
You totally could.
Yeah, I might have to shave my mutton chops though.
Maybe. Maybe.
Or it could be
not.
Or it could be like what if the Beast was the princess?
That's right.
I don't know.
Well, now you know what. Did you need a Halloween idea?
No.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I gave you an extra one anyway.
Oh, okay. No, I have a couple ideas already.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You haven't shared these with me. Is it a surprise?
No.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I have bought some WandaVision merch, so I can wear the Vision T-shirt and
the Vision T-shirt's awesome. I told you I came home from work the one day, and I end every day with grade 12s, and I had a student who was very concerned in class, and I thought she was working on a question. So what's wrong? She's like, I just don't know. I can't decide if I want to be Black Widow in the white outfit or if I want to be Wanda Maximoff in the red vintage outfit, but I don't have a vision, and do you think that's okay? do you have a question about the assignment? Miss Mac, this is serious. And I was like, well, fair.
Cute.
You could be the Vision T-shirt. That's right. That's a good one.
Yes, I mean, that one's just casual. And then I have a Jurassic Park type outfit ready to go.
Yeah.
So.
I was surprised you didn't say your nerd thing from the thing I brought you yesterday.
No, I can save that. So.
Oh, okay.
I was in a matching onesie.
That's
so
true. That's fair.
A little more nerdy. Yeah.
Yeah, we keep it pretty casual because we'll be at home again.
Yes.
I mean, I will dress up to go to school,
you will be
of course.
Constantly answering the door is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, last year it was warm enough I set up camp outside, and that was lovely because I got to hand out candy all the time, and the doorbell didn't bug our dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm fingers crossed for that again. Do I know what I'm going to be?
Sure.
I'm going to be Tom Nook.
Oh.
From Animal Crossing.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a shirt, and I have fuzzy ears, so I'm going to be Tom Nook. I'm excited.
Cute.
Yeah, I will. We live in Canada. We have to, growing up, layer your outfits over snowsuits, so we'll see how I am Tom Nook. But I'm going to make it work.
So that's good. Looking forward to Halloween. I think we're going to have another spooky episode before the big day, but...
at least one.
Yeah, at least one, yeah. But I think next week... we're going to celebrate our first anniversary as a podcast.
Yeah, it's like exactly 1 year.
Yeah, we released 3 episodes to start right in time for Canadian Thanksgiving.
Exactly. And next week's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so funny how that works.
Yeah, weird how years work.
That was a quick year.
Oh, I know. And we said we were going to try it for a year and see what we thought about it. What do you think about it?
It's fun.
Yeah.
You do most of the work editing and stuff. We could probably get a little more casual so you don't have to edit so much, but
yeah. Well, that's okay.
I don't know.
We'll talk about that next week.
But that's our show for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to El Mule, who is responsible for the awesome custom theme song that you heard at the top of the show. You can find a link to his work at our website, disneya.wixsite.com/podcast, where you can also find a link to our social media accounts. If you're more into emailing than DMing, That's what the kids say.
Social media lingo.
Yeah, okay. You can also message us there. You can find us on Instagram at disneya.podcast, on Facebook at disneya, and Twitter at disneyapodcast. You can find Disney A episodes on all of your favorite podcast streaming platforms and on our YouTube channel, Adventures A. If you've rated or reviewed our podcast, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please do so.
Yeah, right now. Go do it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Just plop in a 5-star there and a thumbs up, and there you go.
Be like, they're awesome.
See, we wrote it for you. It's
easy.
Easy peasy. And if you know of anybody that might like listening to us, be sure to recommend Disney A to them as well. You can also listen to Disney A episodes on Magic the Mouse Radio, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Magic the Mouse Radio can also be found on most radio station apps.
I wanted to just mention something about Magic the Mouse Radio here. There's a second Magic the Mouse radio station coming.
They're releasing a sequel.
Dun, dun, dun. It should be called Son of Magic of the Mouse.
Sure.
No, it's not. It's called Park Pass, which is awesome. Magic the Mouse Radio has gotten, it's grown and it's more popular. Mm-hmm. So they're going to put all the music from all of the Disney parks, so like parades, fireworks shows, rides, all that stuff from the parks and the cruise lines on Park Pass. And on the original Magic of the Mouse Radio, so like the current one that's playing now, that's going to do the movie soundtracks, Disney Plus soundtracks, Disney Channel soundtracks, and the Park Pass station is coming out sometime in October, so you should definitely stay tuned for that.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. And like I was saying before, next week we are going to talk about our anniversary.
We should get like sparkling wine for our anniversary.
I think so. We can pop the cork.
I like that. Let's do that.
And celebrate. Maybe wear a bow tie.
Ooh, and I don't have a bow tie.
I do.
Oh. I'll wear ears like I'm wearing now.
Oh, that would be so
weird and different.
So weird and different for you. But it should be a fun little episode.
Yeah.
We have to get it out early, get it done early because we're heading on the road for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yep. Fingers crossed. It depends on COVID, of course, but that's the plan.
So we'll probably talk a little bit about Thanksgiving as well. Mm-hmm. But looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. Yeah, it'll be fun. Little celebration.
But until then, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Krysta, and until that next adventure, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Thanks for listening to Disney A. Ooh, that's my ghost sound again.
Spooky. Oh, 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 oh.